Hi guys, this is Ava from Soul GPS, and I wanted to record a quick video for you. I have just landed in San Francisco after having been here for about a year. I left Bay Area with a broken heart, my life completely thrown upside down, inside out, and here I am back. And I just wanted to report about how it feels and talk to you a little bit about trauma bond, which is what I'm kind of experiencing a little bit of echoes of. And you know what it is that keeps us so tied to the narcissist, to the psychopath, even though we know so well, you know, how toxic and horrible they have been to us, and yet still there's a part of us that clings to wanting the experience. So I've been sitting on the plane. I landed actually in Las Vegas first, and then so sorry about the noise. But I landed in Las Vegas, and then we flew over Death Valley and then Yosemite, which was also part of my experience last year when I was in a deep recovery. So it just brought up so many feelings, so many flashbacks. And so as I was sitting there and thinking, I realized that our brain really wants to hold on to the good times, you know, and the narcissist is so good at really creating the highest of highs. And I remember just in the first few days of getting to know this person, it was like intellectual overwhelm. Like it was such intense stimulation. I was like, oh my god, like I have met someone I could talk to forever. And then there was the attraction, and then there was the, you know, the sexual exchange, and then there was the future faking. And I remember feeling like, if it can be so good during the moments when it was good, and you know, like love bombing can reach these incredible stages of highs, and I was like, oh my god, if this can be so good like right now, if it continues on, what can we build together? I mean, like we can build anything together, right? So, and that's when my imagination, which I have built a propensity, I've touched on this in other videos, but I will talk about it more. But having been raised in an abusive environment where my parents were constantly arguing, I learned to dissociate really early on. And the way I would cope with abuse was by imagining things and creating these worlds, these beautiful worlds, fairy worlds. You know, I would go into the woods and spend time in the meadows and in nature and envision other planets, other realities. I remember I would drive in the car with my dad, like right after, and my mom, right after they had finished, like almost like being at each other's throats, and just feeling still like my heartbeat was pumping, and I was feeling like so sad and so threatened, and feeling like, oh my god, like what will happen if they were to like start hitting each other or this and that. And then I would look out in the clouds, and I would see like this land, this almost like Avatar land, right, of these really happy creatures flying around in between the clouds, you know, in between waterfalls. It would be like this paradise, and I would be like, oh, I want to live there, I want to be there with those creatures. So when I met my narcissist, I felt like I met one of those creatures. I met the person from my dreams, because he was able to really match me and hear me on this level where we went straight for fantasy. It was kind of like here was the hard reality beating you down, in this case beating me down, with no challenges at work, challenges with family, financial issues, you know, not doing the work that I enjoyed doing, and wanting to get away, wanting to get out, and not enjoying the food I was eating because it was so polluted and was making me shitty and having no energy. And then boom, suddenly this person shows up, and I'm like, oh, now I can escape into this fantasy world. So this is where my responsibility in this comes in. You know, I have added my share of this experience to give, to empower the narcissist. And you know, I didn't know that he was playing me for the fool the entire time. So that's where his responsibility comes in, and that's where I was victimized and I was targeted for my resources, because I was providing work, I was providing time, I was providing finances, I was providing sex, I was providing attention, I was providing so many things, validation. I'm just gonna check if this is my ride. It's not yet. So I was providing all of those things, right? But then they were providing things for me too. I had my own resources I was looking for, and that was validation. I was feeling like I could just lock myself up with this person and away from this hard, cruel reality and escape, which is something I've been used to since I was a kid, you know, escaping into another place. And he too wanted to escape, you know, but his escape was different, and I didn't know that he was going to, instead of pulling me towards paradise, that he was going to pull me towards ultimate nightmare. So here's what my message for you right now is, that if you're going through this still, even though it's been, you know, months, years, just know that this is our brain playing tricks on us. You know, it wants to remember the good times. So we have to keep remembering the bad times. We have to keep remembering the abuse, and we have to keep moving forward, no matter what, moving forward, because there is a beautiful future for us out there, and we can create it. We have all the capacity to heal ourselves, to create an amazing future, and then meet a partner who's going to match us in there for real, not in fantasy, but in reality. I'm sending you guys lots of love from San Francisco, and I look forward to catching up with you in my new videos. Thank you so much for stopping by, and remember to let your inner compass guide you. Ciao, bye.